If you step back and observe our daily routines, you'll notice a heavy, lingering exhaustion. We are navigating a constant barrage of noise, leaving the mind restless and constantly on edge. We have solved for survival. Physical resources, convenience, and connectivity are at an all-time high. Yet the human system is cracking under chronic stress, isolation, and a steady current of unresolved conflict. This diagram shows exactly what happens mechanically. High-volume external inputs, work, media, social obligations, funnel into a central node, the mind. Without an internal stabilizing compass, the mind fails to process the load, resulting in chaotic, looping error pathways. We call this the vacuum of direction. Over time, these processing errors harden into permanent routines. The loops solidify into heavy, cyclical tracks. You stop simply feeling anxious and start operating within a fail state of isolation, unprovoked anger, or relentless anxiety. When an individual is locked in one of these cyclical psychological loops, what is the exact mechanism to physically break the track and force a reset? The modern emotional crisis is rarely a lack of effort or willpower. It is the absence of the foundational wisdom required to process complex reality. The intervention requires a deliberate, structural override. Engaging with foundational spiritual literature provides a tested algorithm for human behavior. Institutions like Gita Press act as a direct catalyst here, taking centuries of codified wisdom and making it widely accessible. They provide the precise vocabulary needed to illustrate a way out of the mental loop. This search for an anchor isn't a fringe activity. Millions of people actively seek out these texts, sitting quietly in crowded halls, looking for a cognitive foothold to stabilize their lives. Consider the case of the anxious mind. This is someone whose nervous system is perpetually redlined, overwhelmed by external demands, and increasingly isolated. This animation shows the mechanical shift. When that overwhelmed mind focuses on reading and absorbing simplified life lessons, it forces the nervous system to pause. The rapid, disorganized firing patterns are pulled into a steady, rhythmic baseline. This process of absorption serves as an active cognitive rewiring, neutralizing the panic response and establishing internal clarity. Then there is the reactive mind, defined by rapid anger, constant external conflict, and track record of impulsive decisions. Encountering spiritual philosophy directly challenges that volatility. It forces the individual to reevaluate how they interpret provocations, shifting the focus from the external trigger to their internal state. This cognitive adjustment requires no complex technology or expensive intervention. The mechanism is a solitary book resting on a cloth, providing the tools for internal change. This maps the critical mechanic, the response gap. A timeline typically goes straight from trigger to reaction. Spiritual mindfulness expands this gap, creating a wide evaluation phase. You gain a fraction of a second to choose patience, flattening the reaction from a spike to composure. By addressing the foundational thinking, the external behavioral output shifts. Volatility is replaced with reliable stability. This internal healing eventually manifests outward. In Indian philosophy, this is known as sanskar, the cultivation of moral and cultural values that structure a person's behavior. You can see this shift in physical reality. Family dynamics repair themselves. Daily routines achieve equilibrium. Individuals become present, responsive, and grounded. These texts serve as active, living mediums for continuous psychological calibration, treated with daily reverence because of the specific utility they provide. Dedicated reading cuts through psychological noise, allowing internal clarity to inform a more stable, peaceful engagement with the world. Life balance is achieved when every home possesses, and every mind engages with, foundational spiritual wisdom. To start building that anchor and step from darkness into light, visit gitapress.org.